Hi guys, my name is Swee Lin and I'm the co-founder of the Picha Project. What the Picha Project does is we do food delivery where all our cooks are refugees. So before I start explaining who am I and what I do, can I get a show of hands who knows what is refugees and what are they? I mean, how do you define refugees?
Refugee is someone who lost their home and then they are refugee. Is someone who lost his or her home and they're basically displaced.
So basically refugees are someone who have to flee from their country because of the war or persecution that they face. Around the world, there are about 65 million refugees that can't go back to their country, that are forced to flee from their country because of war or persecution that they face. And guess how many percent of these 65 million are resettled? Only 5% of them are resettled throughout the world. So what is happening? What is going to happen to the 95% of it? So many of them, they can't go back to their country because of the war, as I mentioned. They are forced to, their country are probably in bombs or in war, or probably there is a Taliban or terrorist there. And many of them are also forced to stay in the United Nations camps. Life has not been easy for them as they have very, very limited resources with them, with very limited education, healthcare, or even vaccination for them. And in Malaysia, there are more than 150 registered refugees. And don't think that in Malaysia everything is fine. This picture behind this word, this is actually happening in Langkawi. And because Malaysia is not the signatory of the 1951 UN Refugee Convention, they are considered illegal here because of this. And because of this, they are not allowed to work here. Their kids can't go to a proper public school. They can't get a proper health check, and so how are they supposed to live here? They have no employment. They are not given any employment opportunity. But at the same time, just like you and me, all they want is just a basic necessity to live in a proper house, to have an education for their kids, to have a food on their table. And how ultimately do they survive here? So what the Picha Project does is we are a social enterprise that does food catering business where all of our cooks are refugees. We buy the food from them and then we sell it to corporates and universities around. At the same time, we want to empower them not only financially but also in terms of improving their livelihood, for them to be able to pay their rent, for them to be able to send their kids to school, for them to be able to get a health check once in a while. And these are some of the food that we are actually selling right now. We have been operating for 7 months and we have 7 families with us. These are You guys can get more information later outside. We have a booth somewhere there. And these are our lunch boxes, where all of our lunch boxes comes with a story behind it, usually people want to know what are you eating, right? So we tell the story of who is this person, where they come from, how is this meal helping them back. So I'm not an expert in this refugee issue in Malaysia, but what I can share with you guys is the personal stories of all of our, not all, like two of our families where they are now our friends and family. So this is Ali. This is Ali's nephew. He came from Syria. Because of the war, he has to flee to Malaysia, and sorry. Yeah. So back in Syria, he is a Western compliance he is a compliance officer in the Western Union, and his dad is an architect. So life has not been easy for them, as people threatened to kill him because of the knowledge of the so much information that he knows. And the reason why he fled to Malaysia is because his brother-in-law was forced to join the military, and he is forced to kill another human being. That is why the whole family has to came to Malaysia. And in Malaysia, life for them has not been easy because they are refugee. When they arrived here, they couldn't find shelter, a place to live, because nobody would want to rent their house to a refugee. Who would rent their house to a refugee? So they go through of all means, and then they managed to find a shelter, a place to stay. Ali actually found us through Facebook, where he asked us whether can his mom actually join the Picha Project so that they can do something. They want to contribute something to the family as well. His parents, because of the trauma that they faced back in Syria, they have a minor depression, and after joining the Picha Project, at least after joining us, they are a little bit more happier, and they have something to do, because when they stay at home, all they do is just stare at the four walls. They can't go out because they're afraid of the authorities. So all they can do is just stay at home, watch TV, do nothing basically. But after joining us, his mom is a little bit more happier because she has something to do, and the income that the allowance that they get is actually to subsidize their health check, because his dad has a major health that need to go to the hospital. And for Ali as well, he found a job as a translator, but he also mentioned that it is unfair for him to have a very professional background as a compliance officer, and then when he came here, he just loses everything. Nobody recognized his qualification, his cert, his whatever experience that he has. So just imagine now, or one day, like you are a CEO of Sime Darby or PwC or any other big companies, and one day, just because of the war that has affected your country, you have to flee somewhere else, and you just have to start from scratch. Your qualification is nothing. Basically, you are nothing in Malaysia. And so this is Ali's family. He is just one of the many families in Malaysia, and we would want to impact more families like this as well. And so the next family is Jasmina's family. She is from Myanmar. She is a Rohingya, where she is stateless back then. She fled here because of her husband's village got burned down. Then they are forced to just leave their place, and they at first they don't know where they're going. They don't know where they are going to. They just walk, ride a car, ride a bus, and they end up in here. They don't even know it's Malaysia. Back then, she was here 24 years. She was here since 24 years ago, and she's here since she was 16 years old. So when we were 16, all of us, just teenagers, what we were doing is just play football or watch movie, hang out. But what Jasmina has been through, she arrived here, she has to just start thinking what should she do, what can she do to just make a living for her family. She's been doing odd jobs since then. She's been doing like cleaning people's houses, try to sell food under the bridge or try to sell something in the market, but life has been very hard for her because 16 years, 24 years here, she has to worry day by day what is her family going to eat, what is her child going to eat. And because of this, she noticed the importance of education. She mentioned she makes sure all her kids are in school now, and she mentioned also that it is okay for her to die today as long as her kids get the right education. And people like Jasmina, we can see that there is no equality in this society. Because of this inequality, we can see we can see the insecurities that she has because she doesn't know what is going to happen the next day. Whether would she be able to pay her rent? Would she be able to put food on the table for her kids and for her husband? So what Picha Project wants to do is to be able to impact more families like them, and also to be able to impact more families like the locals community as well. And also in the long run, we want to bridge the social gap between the Malaysians and the local communities between the refugees and the Malaysians here. At the end of the day, ultimately, when we put down our status, when we don't see our race, we put down our religion, race, skin color, all of us is the same. All of us is just a normal human being, where we should be helping we should be helping another human being. Yeah. These are one of the Raya celebration that we are doing now. We actually invited few of our friends, few of like influential people. So they come here, they eat with them, they get to know their stories, and so on, and then they can be their voice, be the refugee voice to tell other people what is happening here. I'm sure the stories are not very well pleasing to your ears, but this is what is happening around you guys, and this is what is happening in Malaysia. And this is just one of the quote that from Kim. Kim is one of our co-founders in the Picha Project as well, and she always said to a student that just because you are a refugee doesn't make you very special. And I don't know whether I should say this or not, but just because you are someone living very comfortably here and having all sorts of benefits in Malaysia doesn't make you very special either. So this is Picha. He is the reason why we started this Picha Project. He is our first cook, youngest son. He's the youngest son of our first cook, and his mom has been a really great inspiration to us because she's been with us for 7 months now, and from the first day where she started joining us, she's very passive, very she didn't think that she can do it because of the culture that she's at. She's being taught to just stay at home, take care of the kids, take care of the husband and stuff like that. And now she's been a great inspiration to us and also to her community, because she can tell her community that now, hey, I'm doing this. If I can do this, you can do this too. So she's been a very great inspiration to us. And why we named this project after the Picha Project, after Picha as well, is also a great reminder on why we are doing this, and also we would like to impact more families like the Picha families as well. So I would like to share a short video.
Malaysia kan phangna kum sunga khan kan har tuk kan pa yong rian tuan kholo ke ma yong rian ka tuan kholo tangka alut le lo le kan har tun kanพาเหปทุมกันเนสกันหาตุนกันแหละใช้ยองกันใกล้เตอขอเราอันมายกขินนางกันดันนักดิ้งยองเจมันกันเนเราตั้งกายองกันเนเราถึงกันรักดิ้งยองกันเนเรา
Yeah. So this is just a short teaser on the recent video that we do. This family is actually Picha's family. I would just like to say that I'm sure all of you would want to do something to join the movement of like just helping another human being as a one race thingy. Yeah, I'm sure everybody can do something. Even you are just doing something small, it's a big impact. If like one person can do something small, these 200 people can make a big change in the world and make the world a better place.